Who is the world's richest kid? Forget Blue Ivy and Stormy Webster. The real queen in the making is Princess Charlotte, sitting on a future fortune worth billions before she even gets her first job. This 8-year-old royal powerhouse is projected to inherit roughly $5 billion in assets, making her the richest kid on the planet. Sorry, Northwest. And nope, that jaw-dropping number doesn't come from TikTok hype. It's based on estimates from Forbes and Rich Kids lists, which peg her between $3.9 billion and $5 billion, depending on whose math you trust. But wait, there's more. The legendary Princess Charlotte effect turns any outfit she sports into a global sellout within hours. Parents everywhere spot her in a pastel cardigan, and suddenly their shopping carts fill with the exact same item. Talk about influencer goals before you can even say influencer. Even her casual wave at trooping the color sends fashion sites into meltdown, with brands reporting over $1 billion in extra sales traced to her wardrobe choices. And while most kids her age beg for screen time, Charlotte has paparazzi-level security and a wardrobe budget that'd make any adult celeb jealous. So next time someone brags about their kid's lemonade stand earnings, remind them Princess Charlotte's lemonade empire could buy the stand twice over. Welcome to the era where an 8-year-old princess is wealthier than most Fortune 500 CEOs in training. Now that's royal flexing at its finest. Her total net worth. Princess Charlotte's net worth isn't tied to a corporate portfolio or hot Silicon Valley startup. It's a royal projection grounded in centuries-old lineage, fashion-driven economics, and a stash of palaces and estates. Analysts from Nail's Genius and Rich Kids peg her future inheritance at roughly $4 to $5 billion, based largely on her place in the line of succession and the assets of the crown estate. Industry watchers note that her brand value, aka the Princess Charlotte effect, adds over $1 billion in annual retail sales whenever she steps out in a new outfit. Beyond the flash-in-the-pan sellouts, Charlotte is slated to inherit prime real estate, from Kensington Palace to Adelaide Cottage, underpinning the rest of her multi-billion valuation. Royal lineage and inheritance potential. As the daughter of the future King William V, Charlotte sits atop a lineage that controls vast holdings such as the Crown Estate and Duchy of Cornwall. These portfolios alone are valued at over £14 billion, and while the monarch doesn't own them personally, they feed the sovereign grant that underwrites royal operations, assets that Charlotte will one day draw upon. It is estimated that roughly 75% of her $3.9 billion valuation comes from projected inheritance. Think centuries of accumulated land, art, and revenue-generating estates, not a bank account overflowing with trillions coins. Put simply, her family tree is her stock portfolio, and history is her hedge fund. Property and royal assets. Royal children don't inherit houses, they inherit palaces. Charlotte's future digs include a stake in Kensington Palace's luxurious apartment 1A, complete with 20 lavish rooms and underfloor heating. Come 2022, the family's move to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor added a Grade 2 listed 4-bedroom retreat to her portfolio. Nestled in the 655-acre home park, administered by the Crown Estate. Though she won't own these properties in the typical sense, her access to them under royal prerogative forms a significant chunk of that multi-billion-dollar estimate. Beyond private homes, she'll one day benefit from sprawling estates like Balmoral and Sandringham. Assets generating tourism, leases, and agricultural revenue that feed into the Crown's overall valuation. In a nutshell, Charlotte's real estate portfolio reads like a monopoly board on royal steroids. Palaces instead of houses, parks instead of parks, and a rent roll that dwarfs any suburban landlord's dreams. When you tally up royal lineage, the unstoppable Charlotte effect, and a real estate empire fit for a future queen, you get why this 8-year-old's projected net worth towers over most adults' wildest financial fantasies. It's less about dollar signs in a bank account and more about centuries of privilege, power, and pedigree, served with a side of cuteness that sells out cardigans in seconds. Her luxury lifestyle. Princess Charlotte's life as a royal kid is basically living in a dream. Sprawling palaces, exclusive schools, globe-trotting vacations, and security on steroids. Charlotte's casual commute to school is through the halls of historic Kensington Palace, followed by math classes at a private elite boarding school mere minutes away. Then there's the ski trips and Easter getaways with bodyguards, plus a wardrobe budget that makes most celebs jealous. Oh, and did we mention the world watches her every move? One wave and the fashion industry melts down. Her luxurious home. Princess Charlotte's home base in London is apartment 1A at Kensington Palace, a 20-room suite once occupied by Queen Victoria, complete with ornate staterooms and secret gardens. In 2022, the family decamped 2 miles west to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor Great Park, a Grade 2 listed 4-bed retreat with its own private walled garden and river views. Although the children won't inherit these homes in the legal sense, their lifetime access to such real estate is a royal right, not a rental. And with plans to renovate the adjacent coach house into more family quarters, it looks like Windsor will remain their go-to country pad for years to come. Private education at elite schools. When it comes to schooling, Charlotte follows big brother George to Lambrook School in Berkshire, where pupils hit the books 6 days a week, even Saturdays, because being royalty is, apparently, a full-on job. Kate and William reportedly weighed factors like curriculum, facilities, and top-tier teaching staff before enrolling their daughter, ensuring a bespoke education that rivals most international boarding schools. Security considerations also influenced the choice, as a nearby campus means fewer helicopter runs from Kensington Palace when there's a fire drill. Holiday and vacations. School breaks aren't spent binge-watching cartoons. Charlotte jets off with her family to the French Alps for private ski holidays that made headlines for paparazzi oversteps and possible legal action. Over Easter, the Wales clan skipped St. George's Chapel and decamped to Anmer Hall in Norfolk for low-key egg hunts and chocolate feasts. Every outing is backed by the Royalty Protection Group, 24-hour coverage from Metropolitan Police PPOs trained in crowd control and walkabout risk management. On top of that, Charlotte and her siblings have a Norland-trained nanny, Maria Borrallo, who doubles as their secret bodyguard, blending child care with close protection. With these layers, the mini-monarch can ride the toboggan and wave at well-wishers in perfect safety. Designer wardrobes. Princess Charlotte's closet is a mood board for everyone from Alexander McQueen to Zara, sparking instant sellouts whenever she's spotted in a new frock. Brands like Rachel Riley saw site traffic spike by 100,000 visits overnight after her Lindo Wing debut swaddle was revealed. The BBC and People regularly snag heartwarming clips of her reacting to Daddy on stage or helping Mom with a wave, content that racks up millions of views. Fans went wild when she patted William's leg for attention at a public event, proving her power to steal any spotlight. In short, every shift, jiggle, and curtsy is headline material, ensuring her status as the tiniest yet mightiest influencer around. The Charlotte effect. Princess Charlotte is adorable, and she's a walking, talking sales engine whose every outfit choice can send retailers into a frenzy. When she steps out in a new dress or cardigan, brands routinely report spikes in traffic and purchases that outperform even top influencers. This jaw-dropping phenomenon has been dubbed the Charlotte effect, and it's estimated to generate over $1 billion in retail sales each year, all because an 8-year-old waved at the crowds. A billion-dollar boost. Industry analysts compared her impact to that of her older brother's Prince George effect and found her economic sway is about $1.4 billion greater, thanks to viral images of her in cute knits and mini dresses. InStyle notes that while George's appearances add roughly $3 billion to the UK economy annually, Charlotte's fashion moments are responsible for closer to $4.4 billion, proof that pastel cardigans and tiny shoes pack more punch than most celebrity campaigns. Hello! Magazine chronicled real-world sellouts. Take the Emma Will Be Kind charity tee she wore in 2021. Within hours of photos going live, the shirt vanished from online shelves, resulting in back orders and site crashes. Newsweek rounded up 5 key looks, from a striped Bowden dress to a hand-knitted cardigan, that each sparked tens of thousands of global searches and social media mentions within a day. Vogue even dubbed her the brightest star of the British royal family, noting that her fashion influence rivals adult supermodels in both reach and ROI. Brands lining up for royal approval. Marketing execs tell tales of designers camping outside, trooping the color rehearsals, hoping for a glimpse of Charlotte's next ensemble. When she wears a brand, even in passing, The royal seal of approval label is enough to justify higher price points and limited edition relaunches. Some high street chains have reported 150% week-over-week sales gains after Kate posts a snap of Charlotte in their spring collection. The Charlotte effect doesn't stop at clothes. Accessories, toys, and even snack brands enjoy the overflow. Toy makers noted upticks in doll and mini kennel playsets whenever the princess was seen carrying a particular plush, while confectioners credit her Easter egg hunt appearances for a 20% bump in chocolate sales around Windsor. In short, royal marketing without even trying. No paid partnerships, no sponsored posts. Just pure, unfiltered cuteness that turns awe into add to cart compared to other celebrity kids. Princess Charlotte's wealth isn't built on stocks or startups, but on a multi-billion-dollar royal inheritance portfolio valued at around US $3.9 billion, rooted in centuries of crown estate land and assets. Blue Ivy Carter, meanwhile, inherits from Beyoncé and Jay-Z's combined US $3 billion fortune, putting her projected stake at roughly US $1 billion, plus early Grammy wins and millions from TV and film gigs. Stormy Webster's US $726 million net worth comes almost entirely from Kylie Jenner's cosmetics empire and trust funds earmarked in her name. Northwest sits at about $85 million US dollars, thanks to the Kardashian West family coffers and her reality TV appearances. Put simply, Charlotte's billions buy legacy and land, while the others' fortunes ride on parental earnings and celebrity branding. Princess Charlotte is valued at an estimated US $3.9 billion. And no, it's not because she's trading crypto, but because she's born first into the line of succession of the British throne. This number reflects projected inheritance of vast crown estate properties, duchy revenues, and historical art and land holdings, rather than cash in a bank account. Experts note that her position as daughter of the future King William V cements a long-term stake in the monarchy's revenue streams, from royal parks to tourism fees. In other words, her net worth is less about liquid assets and more about centuries of accumulated royal privilege. Blue Ivy Carter's net worth is effectively inseparable from her parents' US $3 billion combined fortune, meaning her inheritance could top US $1 billion as the eldest child. Beyond that, she's already pocketed Grammy Awards, performed on Beyoncé's Renaissance tour earning up to $40,000 US per show, and scored film roles like Princess Kiara in Disney's Mufasa, The Lion King. While Charlotte's wealth is structural, Blue Ivy's is a mix of legacy funds and actual earnings from singing, dancing, and acting. Her financial portfolio will grow with each tour stop and movie credit, but it won't eclipse a royal trust fund. At 7, Stormy Webster boasts an estimated net worth of $726 million US, courtesy of Kylie Cosmetics' billion-dollar valuation and trust funds set aside under her name. Unlike Charlotte's land-rich empire, Stormy's stake is tied to a modern beauty brand built by her mother, a liquid asset machine, but one vulnerable to market shifts. Kylie has trademarked Stormy products and established trusts to secure her daughter's financial future, blending inheritance with entrepreneurial branding. Northwest's net worth is pegged at around $85 million US, drawn entirely from Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's celebrity empire and reality TV earnings. She's been on Keeping Up with the Kardashians since she was 2, plus public appearances and brand collaborations add to her trust funds. While Charlotte's billions rest on heritage assets, North's wealth reflects modern fame, liquid, media-driven, and poised to expand as she grows up in the limelight.